Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are about to get started with Open Mic Live. And I'm waiting just a second for Instagram to go live here. There we go. All right. I'm fresh back. So we're just going to do the countdown instead of the promos and everything that I usually do. Mainly because I haven't fixed that current promo yet. All right, here we go. And we're back. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think it's been a couple weeks because I've been traveling. Usually, I will do open mic live from like the hotel or something else. But, I just had a lot of shit going on. I'm just going to be honest. I had a lot of shit going on. So I didn't get a chance to do it. But as you can see in my background, I am back. I am back. And it's good to be back. I'm happy to be here with all of you. And this live broadcast is sponsored by In Digital, a leader. You can't even talk. Oh, that's what happens. End up going out of practice or whatever. A leader in next gen core services. There we go. And it was fun. I got to see them this past week. Also, a shout out to subscribers of the podcast, all of you who send out stars, everything. Thank you so very much, because I wouldn't be able to do everything I do if it wasn't for all of you, but especially all of you who are watching, listening, supporting, and sharing. Thank you so very much. And it is August 11th, man. It's August 11th. Holy crap. Whew. I don't know why. It seems like towards the end of the year, the months just start going super fast. Just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And you're like, where the hell did everything go? Where did it all go? Because it's just going crazy fast. So, as I said, I am fresh back from the National AppCode Conference. There was a lot of stuff that happened out there, a lot of stuff that is coming up as well. But as always, that we do with Open Mic Live, we check in with each other. So where are you at? How are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm coming in at, I'd say about an 8. I'm pretty up there, man. It's been a good week or so. A lot of stuff that has been going on, and holy hell, one of the things. Well, you know what? Actually, I'll get to that. Let me mention this stuff first. So, I was recently well, I say recently, this was like months ago. This was months ago that we did the recording, and it finally came out, and it was really cool. I had already posted this, but because I missed a couple of weeks, I had not had the chance to play this or give a promo or anything like that here on Open Mic Live. So I want to switch my audio here really quick, and then share this on the screen for all of you, because I had the chance. Boom, there it is. I had the chance to be a guest on the After the Tones Drop podcast with Aaron and Cinnamon, and both of them are just amazing, very cool people, and I am going to have them on Open Mic Live here soon, as well as a main episode of the podcast. So this is a mental health podcast for first responders. This is episode 68, and it's called Call Me Maybe, which I loved because if you haven't heard the episode yet, please make sure to go out there and check it out. You can find this podcast wherever you consume your podcasts. And right off the bat, we are just like throwing out lyrics and singing different songs. So it was really fun with them, and it was an honor to be there with them for this episode. So I just want to play this clip. It's just a 1 minute clip from their podcast, and again, this is episode 68. Call Me Maybe, with me as their guest. So here we go. I was one of those dispatchers where I buried these calls. There was that fear, that stigma, but it got to a point where I didn't care anymore what people thought. We don't like to look in the mirror and think, maybe I'm the one with the issue and I need to confront myself. It started out with sharing my stories as a blog. That's how Within the Trenches started. Humans are generally curious, so why not switch to educating the public, but also the other field responders, so that everyone could learn, and it was therapeutic for me. Dispatchers are actually in the clerical class, fighting for this reclassification. They were looking for stories. So I created a meme that said, I heard your last breath and you flipped your four-wheeler. Hashtag I am 911. And I asked other dispatchers to do the same, and it exploded all over the world. It was like the entire Thin Gold line united for this one cause. If you can learn anything from me, it is to not be afraid to open up and share. Remember that. And there you have it. That was just a clip from episode 68 of the After the Tones Drop podcast. Switch the audio back over here, and make sure to check it out again with Aaron and Cinnamon. And it was so much fun. I am looking forward to coming back on and being a guest, and also having them as a guest on the podcast as well, especially to have them here on open mic. And so it probably won't be towards the end of this month. I need to recontact with that Bananas podcast as well, because just time just got away, and hopefully they're still willing to come on, since things just went crazy. So once again, for After the Tones Drop, this is the image right here. Again, it's a mental health podcast for first responders, and I just had so much fun with the both of them. Make sure to check it out. There's a lot of great episodes that they have, and you will dig it. All right, so there you go. Shout out again to After the Tones. And that's number 68. Make sure to follow them on social media, and just everything that they have out there. So one of the things I want to talk about before I get into the National APCO Conference, again, if you are joining us, make sure to throw in your comments where you're watching from, but also your number. Again, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How are things going? And if you were at the APCO Conference and you happen to attend either one of my sessions, throw that in the comments as well. There was a lot of people there, and it was just a lot of fun. So here we go. The reason. Elizabeth, hey, what is going on? Fortuna, California, and retired life is good. I love it. Very nice. That you can't put a number on, man. Very nice. Very cool. There's a reason for a lot of the catch up and everything that I've been doing, man. And as you all know, I ended up parting ways with my publisher. There's just a lot of different things going on, and I felt that it was going to be a lot better to go on my own to publish book 2 of Imagine Listening, as well as going forward to completely redesign and republish book 1, volume 1 of Imagine Listening. Ricardo's version, if you will. And I have learned a hell of a lot in just the weeks that I started doing this. But there's a lot of BS that was going on with it as well. Not a lot that I can talk about here live. But I will say that if things don't progress, I will share live because there's a lot to it, and I'm not exactly happy about it. What I am happy about is that, kind of like the Elton John song, I'm still standing. And I'm excited for that because, again, a lot of scrambling, a lot of researching, a lot of different things that I went through in order to finally get this done. And the pre order link has been out there for a little while for Amazon and other stores for book two, but it was more so like a soft launch because I had redesigned everything. I put everything out there, and then the first copy I got as a test was dog shit. It was not good. One of the reasons is because I forgot to click the little box that says to have the bleeds and slugs and margin lines, like all of those things that for structure, for whatever reason, and it was probably because I was so stressed out because of the bullshit that I was already dealing with, that I was trying to do it so fast so that I could make the deadline of the original launching time. I forgot to put that in there. So the good thing is, I end up getting this, right? And I got it, saw the mistakes and all these other little pieces. And from there, it was daily going through and just making corrections, figuring out more of the output that I needed to do. I'm a graphic designer as well, so a lot of this I knew, but there were some pieces when it comes to printing for books that are different. And those were the things that I was figuring out and going through as well. And while I was gone in when I was out in Florida this past week for the conference and such, I finally got in the final revision. I did have the second to the last revision test book with me at APCO, and I've got some pictures of people looking at the book, and they loved it. Even with some of the stuff that was printed that came out kind of crappy that I needed to fix, people were excited, and I ended up making the final revision and received my test books a couple days ago, and it's ready and it's good to go. And those who are pre-ordering now, you are going to end up getting this book that I put so much into, man. Just if you only knew, I wish I would have been recording this whole time everything that was going into it, because it is not an easy thing, man. Not an easy thing, especially when it is a book that has pictures and you want those pictures, those images to come out good, bro. Like, and that's the other thing. The better paper for the images to come out good so that you can actually read it and see what the image is makes the cost go up more, which is why if you look at the book and you're like, that's a little more than I thought it was going to be. Well, that's because that's how much the book actually costs to make. Like, unless you're like a Stephen King or Rowling or one of those big authors that have machines pushing them to where people are buying like millions of books, you're not making a living off of this. Like, it's so don't get it twisted, man. Like, um just because the price is up there doesn't mean that it's all gangbusters. No, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I definitely have learned that, but I'm just excited for the book to go out there. I don't even care what is made in the end, I'm just excited for people to see it finally. And I'm excited for people to see the redesign of book number 1, my version. That I'm excited about. Angie over here pre-ordered mine already this weekend. Can't wait. Super excited about Secret second part. Yeah, you're gonna dig it. You are going to dig it. So here it is. This is the paperback. And the images are crispy. They are perfect. A lot of trial and error, man. And so much just like little tweaks here and there, redesigning, looking at different things. I mean, when I was at the APCO conference, there was one thing that I missed, and it was just a space between a comma and a word. And I was like, oh, I got to go back and do it again. And which it was worth it, right? It's good because um I don't want it to go out there and then me see it later and I'm like, oh God, it's there. But this here, like I said, like I just showed, is the paperback, and everything just came out so good, man. Like I can't even say how happy I am. Oh wait, Angie says I will now forever be telling people about your crispy book. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. Yes, it is crispy. It's very crispy. Oh shit. So for those who are watching and listening, whether you're watching right now live or you're watching right now in the repeat, I'm putting the link in the comments here for YouTube, Facebook, X as well, and I'm moving over and I'm putting it over here on Instagram as well for anyone who might want to pick it up. So originally, Amy, hey, what's going on? Hola, amiga. Originally, the book was going to be coming out August 4th, and then it was going to be August 5th. And because of everything that I was going through and such, and trying to get this put together and hopefully it be is, perfect or as perfect as possible, I had to move it out a month because I just wanted to make sure that everything was going to be right. If there needed to be any other revisions or anything, I would have plenty of time to do it. And I ended up getting this last revision back, and it is good to go. And man, so much pressure lifted like you would not believe. So much pressure lifted. Laura out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. What's going on? Thank you. You rock as well and roll. um, but I got to tell you, like, leading up to this point of completing it, a lot of stress and the stuff that I'm still dealing with from the departure. Um, that's been kind of a tough one as well. And I'm not sure where that's going to go further, but I'm just saying it has been interesting. What I want to show you as well, here's the hardcover. Oh man, crisp, super crisp. Oh wait, Angie says there needs to be a head wiping emoji for the whoo feelings. Yeah, I think there's one there. I don't remember what it looks like. I think it's somewhat I think it's the emoji blowing out air or something. That's the whoo. I think it's like that. That's so stupid that I just did that. But I'm pretty sure that's the emoji. So again, hardcover. It's very nice, and it's a matte finish, which yes, that's the one right there, Angie. That's the one right there. That's funny, man. Yeah, that's the one. Um, and it's a matte finish. So if you glance and you're like, "Oh, there's fingerprints," well, yeah, it's because it's a matte finish. But I'll tell you, it looks pretty crisp. It looks pretty sexy. Um, and both of them came out really, really well. Got that low opacity of the volume 2 in the back there. Came out really, really good. So I'm excited for all of you to see it. There's the warning, all of that. And then volume 1, it's going to be coming out soon. Angie says hardcover looks to be just as crispy. Yes. Yeah. So it's like 194 pages, man, worth of stories and something towards the end. And Erica, what's up, yo? She says that's the extra crispy version. Yes. Yes. The hardcover is the extra crispy version. I should put that out there. I should change that on Amazon instead of I mean, I can't change it as a, paperback cover. I can't it would be funny though for the paperback if it was like paperback hyphen crispy and then hardcover hyphen extra crispy. Oh, good lord. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. So, one of the things that I want to mention, I don't want to give this all away, but one of the she's like, "Do it." One of the things I don't even know where I'm at now. One of the things I want to mention is that what I did different for book 2 is I added in stories. Which sounds dumb to say because it's all stories. What I mean is my own personal stories. I added some in there. So there's about 3 or 4 stories in there that you'll get to read. They're ones that I don't talk about a lot, but they're in the book. And again, that's volume 2. So, Hunter, what's going on? I saw you over here on Instagram as well. Saying, I can't wait to get a copy. I can't wait for you to get a copy either. Also, I believe you sent a message about being on an episode. I'm gonna send your message back and hook you up with a link so that you can set something up. I look forward to having you on. Let's see. Cindy over here says you are the Colonel Sanders of books. I like it. I like it. Colonel Sanders of books. Oh, that is amazing. Um, let's see. Oh, my mom is on. Mom, what's going on? Let's see. And Bonnie Jean already pre-ordered. Thank you so much. Thank you. 911 Bowler, bro. I got your text messages and I was just going live, so I will respond to you in a moment. Um, uh, let's see. Joyce says, scary stories? I guess you'll have to find out. 911 Bowler says, yo, everyone. Sorry, been a bit absent from open mic. Been missing everyone. We've been missing you as well. And my mom is in the comments as well. She says, I got to touch and look through that crispy book. Oh my God. This is going to be a thing now. This is going to be a thing. When I end up going to teach in everything, that's what people are going to say. They're going to say, did you bring any crispy books or extra crispy books to be purchased? Oh my Lord. That's why I love doing this with all of you. That's what makes this so much fun. Hunter says, "How did APCO go?" So, um, APCO was awesome. APCO was a lot of fun, and the other thing that made it really interesting was the fact that um, Hurricane Debbie was coming through. I believe Debbie was only a Hurricane 1, and when she came through in the beginning, I believe Debbie was just a tropical depression at the time. But here's the thing, man. Here's the interesting thing is that oh wait, Bonnie G says Gloria love first crack and then the smell is wonderful. Yeah, that's right. Uh so during that time, like everyone is flying in, right? But what I am seeing on social media is a bunch of people saying, flying in, getting ready for APCO National, but also flying into a potential hurricane. Joy says, didn't get to see you much last week, so hoping it went great. I know, dude. Like everyone was everywhere. There was so much stuff that was going on. Like it was just a whirlwind of craziness. Now, on Bowler says Hurricane Debbie knew to steer clear of APCO conference, right, dude? Word for sure. So, so we're there, and I had been watching the weather as well because I drove. I drove down the same way I did for Nina, and I got there. Was doing a few different things, and oh wait, Hunter says you should come to Myrtle Beach next year for Be the Difference 2025. You never know. I might actually be there. I'll leave it at that. So, I drove down. Everything was good, and there's a lot of different things going on. And then, the weather starts getting crazy. End up over there in Orlando for the conference, and I just gotten out of the shower, and was getting clothes on and stuff. And I stood there for a moment because it was raining like crazy. And looking outside, it just you could not see much of anything. And it was during the day. And I'm standing there for a moment and I thought, do I do what is that noise? And then I thought, oh no. And I went over by the window and I hear just going over and over. I thought, hell no. Is that seriously the tornado siren? And I'm looking for like emergency vehicles, thinking maybe it's an emergency vehicle, but emergency vehicles don't sound like that. They don't have that type of siren. And as I go to look at, like, try to find the weather or something, my mom calls. My mom calls me and I'm like, "Hey, mom, I could have swore I heard and she goes, "Where are you right now?" And I said, "I'm in my hotel." And she goes, "Okay, are you going to the conference? Because I feel like you shouldn't go over there right now." And I said, "I'm trying to look on my app, and this I ended up getting a notification as I was looking that said that my area had a tornado warning and to seek shelter." So I'm getting ready to go downstairs to seek shelter in the shelter area that they have down in the hotel. And I hear my sister in the background. She goes, there's only like a couple minutes left as I'm getting ready to leave, and then like the tornado warning was gone, the siren wasn't going off anymore because I think it was like 9 something in the morning, and it ended at 9:15, and it had already passed in just those couple minutes that I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So, oh wait, 91 Bowler says, "Oh snap! I haven't heard a tornado siren since I lived in Michigan." Yeah, dude, in Michigan too. I remember growing up, and so I grew up in a small town in Southwest Michigan called Fenville. And growing up, there was a time where I remember, I was a little kid, and it was my grandmother and my mom and I think my little brother was just like a little baby, and it got super dark outside, like super dark, scary dark, and clouds were getting weird and stuff. And then the siren goes off. We're like, holy crap. And we ran downstairs into our quintessential Michigan basement. And we were down there for a long time. And, finally everything cleared up. But I remember those sirens in Michigan as well. Those were not fun. And my mom is here. I was just going to say, my mom is here in the comments. She remembers, and there she is right there. She goes, it was horrible weather. Yes. So, yeah, being over there in Orlando when all this shit is going on with the weather and stuff, it was like every day, man. Like we just continued on. As as soon as that warning was over, it was weird because as soon as the warning was over, and if you are from Florida or you have visited for a while, you know that it can it can look like hell outside when there's a storm going on. And I'm not talking like a hurricane or anything. I'm just talking like some of the severe thunderstorms that go on there and stuff. Um, Plus it's basically the lightning capital out there. Within like 5 or 10 minutes, it can completely clear up and be super sunny and hot again, and you're just, "Did I jump a timeline? Like, what happened?" Like, what exactly happened? Bonnie Jean says, "Your desk was supposed to protect you from everything." Oh, yeah, the school tornado drills? Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's it's like, I don't remember if it was the South Park movie or if it was just an episode where they're talking about how if the volcano erupts, that all you have to do is like bend down and cover, and the lava goes right over you. And then later on in the episode or movie, again, I don't remember what it was, it erupts and people like they go over just like the video told them, and it goes right through them and they just turn into skeleton. Whoa. Yeah. I don't know how those desks would fare in a tornado. But a lot of those desks had been there for years, so maybe they were just built to last. I don't know. But other than that, it was an excellent conference. It was the first time in 5 years that I did Imagine Listening, and I didn't have a booth there. But to all of you who are watching and listening that may have gone up to friends of mine who did have booths and were asking for me and where my booth was, thank you for thinking of me. I usually do have a booth, but it was cool to be able to walk around, talk with people, take pictures with the championship belt that I have. Thank you, Stacy. And and teach the classes that I had. And attend some classes and do meetings and everything. It was nice to not be confined to that booth because those things aren't cheap, man. And if an organization is hooking you up, you don't want to be leaving all the time. Like you want to be there at the booth so that whatever organization, one, they feel like they've gotten their money's worth, right? But also because you're there to talk with people and everything that's going on. And sometimes you don't get a chance to go to some of those other classes or to be able to step away for a meeting or anything like that. So it was nice. I'll probably next year will have a booth, but it was nice to be able to be there and walk around and talk with people and just mingle and really enjoy that time not being in one spot. So it was really cool. But again, to everybody who was looking for my booth that I didn't have, thank you for thinking of me. And I did see a lot of you out there, and it was just so much fun. So I don't have the pictures here to show on the screen. I'm just going to show them on the camera, and hopefully you can see a lot of them. But it was it was really cool to go out there. These These folks right here were ones that people were going to, and that's my friends. Oh, come on, focus. How about if I do it like that? Come on, camera. You're not gonna focus for me? Of course not. Well, those are my those are my friends Doug and Jill Showalter, and, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun taking pictures. I got pictures with Juliet Brown, my good friend, and Samantha Hawkins, Josie from Latinas of 911, and just a bunch of people that I saw there. And again, there are some folks who actually got a chance to see um, Imagine Listening Book 2. And I'm going to be posting all these pictures. Okay. So there's a bunch of pictures of people that have the championship belt on them. And let's see. I don't know if I'm going to try this again. Oops. Here we go. It might not focus, but let's go ahead and try it. And nope, it's not going to focus because it's looking at my face. It's trying to focus on my face, but that is a picture of of Tanya Lee and myself. She's got the belt on, and I'm doing like a rah, and it was really funny, man. Everyone who walked up and I had the belt and stuff, they're like, "I want to take a picture with the belt. I want to take a picture with the belt." so we had that time, and then of course it got to the time where I was teaching my Imagine Listening classes, and both of them were packed, and just a great experience with everyone there. And the other reason it was special is because back in 2016, when APCO was in Orlando, same state, same venue, same everything. Shortly after that, I think it was just a week after, is when I launched the I Am 911 movement. So it was really special to be there with all of you in both of those sessions, sharing stories, talking about the history of the movement, how Imagine Listening came to be, and just really put it all out there. Like, there were so many people who wanted to share, and there were a few people who were saying, this needs to be a longer session. And others saying, I could have been in there and listened to stories for hours because people were connecting with each other and they were in a safe place. And I recorded both sessions, and they will be going out as episodes as well. The other thing coming up here, so it's August 11th, but on August 24th, just in a couple of weeks, will be the 8-year anniversary of the birth of the I Am 911 movement. So it'll be I Am 911 Day. And it's, man, sometimes I can't even put it into words. I just thank you all for the support, but more so for the support of each other, to be there for each other, to share these powerful stories, whether it be some of those hard ones that have stuck with you or the saves. So many people from around the world have learned from your stories. And that's what the movement is about. That's what Imagine Listening, whether it be the session, the book, all of it is about. And we're really just coming together for it. A lot of people have said through this movement and through storytelling, through that power of storytelling, they don't feel alone anymore. It's crazy to think that every single one of us, pretty much every single one of us, have felt like that. And we're a big ass group, man. I'm talking about 911 professionals of the world. But somehow we were feeling alone. But we came together through our stories, through experiences. and we continue to do so. So it was just exciting to have everyone in there, and I had the chance to have my mom and my sisters in there, and I told them, like, "You're gonna listen to some shit." Like, it's gonna be something, and a few times I saw them, and, they were emotional, and in the second session, as I was wrapping up the first portion and going into open mic, I shared the story with everyone in there of the night that my grandmother passed away, and I was the one to take that 911 call. It was the first time that they heard it in that setting from me on my side, and, you know, I've told the story many times, and it's always hard telling it, but having them in there was even harder. But it felt good because I had everybody in there. Their strength, that is, I could feel it. I could feel the vibe. And it was just a good feeling, man. So thank you all for being there for both of those sessions. And if you were there for any one of those sessions, um, and you're willing to write up a testimonial, please send it to me. You can use the link down at the bottom. Links with two eyes.co/WTT podcast. My email address is on there, and just you can email it to me. And the subject line can just be Imagine Listening APCO 2024 testimonial. I like to put those out there so that people can see them. For a long time, I was only doing Imagine Listening at different conferences. And now with this 8-hour course that I do, Imagine Listening is part of that course. That 8-hour course is a communications course. And it's communicating with each other, but also kind of reflecting on your own career, going back and finding out a lot about yourself as well. So again, it was really awesome to have all of you in there and to be there with all of you, to have my family there, to just share these stories and continue to do so. And I'm looking forward to the next Imagine Listening session. But also looking forward to all of you listening to those sessions as well as they come out. Want to look back over here in the comments really quick. Nylon Bowler says, "Don't forget, everyone, we will be in the skies tonight, tomorrow night. If your weather is clear, shooting stars, thanks to a meteor shower." Oh, snaps. Hunter says, "The I Am 911 movement is definitely something that has kept me in 911 for this long and gives me hope for the future of 911. Thank you, dude. That is awesome." Nylon Bowler says, "I'm attending a wedding on I Am 911 day. The gift or wish signing board will definitely include hashtag I Am 911. Yay! All right. That is awesome. Um, it was, again, just building up to the session as well. A lot of people coming around. And I remember I was in line, I think, waiting to go to like the block party that APCO was having. And as I was walking by, I heard a girl tell her coworker or her friend, I don't know if they were coworkers or not, I think they were, but she says to her friend, she goes, the Imagine Listening session I told you that we need to go to? That's the guy right there. And I just happened to hear her because dispatch ear is always going. And I turned around really quick and I said, "And I hope to see you there. It would be awesome to have you there." And she's like, "Okay." I'm sure she was probably like, "He heard me." But it was funny. It was cool. I was trying to make it a funny thing, but I mean, I wanted to have her in there for sure, both of them. But I wanted to make it a funny thing because I heard her say it, so it was cool. And just a lot of people asking, like, "When's the session? When do we go?" Like, I'm gonna put it on my schedule from the app. And so I was telling a lot of people, like, they're there. And I had, this is my final one. This one is mine, but I had I found 6 of these original I Am 901 challenge coins. And I had told people, like, the first 3 in each session to say one out loud, you'll get one of these. Now, I have ordered more. They're on back order at the moment, so I'm trying to get more information on when they're gonna be in. Um, and they're exclusive to the Imagine Listening sessions. That's whether it's at the conference or it's part of the 8-hour class that I'm teaching. They are exclusive to those sessions. Those coins are not for sale. That's why they're so special, because they've been attached to that Imagine Listening session since 2017. I'm going to redesign and have a different one out there that is similar. That one will be, for sale, but this one specifically is exclusive to those sessions. And again, I'm taking Imagine Listening all over the place, so people will have a chance to get one of those coins. So the whole week was great. There was a lot of people I made contact with, and with all of the bullshit that I've been through this past year or so, especially with this book and everything. I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. And also because, not everyone is in your corner. You got to watch out for that. Sometimes you learn the hard way. I definitely have learned the hard way. But with all the people that I spoke to this past week, the people that I spend time with, and the connections that I've made, the connections that I continue to have, and the new folks who I have met, it just continues to get better. So don't let people try to bring you down. I know it's hard sometimes. But for me personally, I'm still standing. Yeah. I played that song when I left the conference. And actually, I played that song after I heard it the first time. And I'm pretty sure I was sitting with my mom. And like, we heard the song, and I had to play it again in the car because I felt it after all of it. After the haters, the turners and burners, the learners and burners, the fakeness of encouragement or empowerment, any of that bullshit, all of it, I'm still standing. Yeah. And I feel good as fuck. And I hope all of you do too. Because we all have a lot to give. And our story continues. Damn, it feels good. And I'm so happy to be here with all of you. And if you learn anything from me, it is simply that you can overcome anything, man. You can overcome anything. There are times where it might feel like just the world is crumbling. There's nothing you can do. But there is. Lean on those folks that you have been leaning on to bring you joy, that say good things when you're not around. Lean on those folks, because they're going to lean on you too. And you have got this, all of you. So many good things to come. So many. Let's see. Angie, we got you, Ricardo. Thank you. I've got you all as well, as much as I can. Hey, my homie Joe, what is going on, bro? Dude, I cannot wait to see you next month. Joe Serio, right there, my friends. Look that mofo up. See the good things that he's doing. That dude is one of my favorite humans. It's my brother from another mother. Mm-hmm. Also, I saw a Grateful Dead cover, or like an old, I think, Rolling Stone cover, and I thought of you. I took a picture of it. I need to send it to you because it looks pretty awesome. Very awesome. Yes, 911 Bowler, Joe Serio is the man. That is the dude with the plan and the ranch. I mean, it's not his ranch per se, but he runs a leadership event out there, and I am just completely honored, man, to be able to be out there and help out and stuff. So I know, shameless plug, but joeserio.com to check him out and everything he's doing, man, because he's doing some good shit. And let's see. Nyman Bowler says Juliet Brown taught us about who is in your corner. Yes, Juliet is the shit. Juliet is awesome. Hunter says, Ricardo, you have done phenomenal things for all of us in 911. I am very grateful for I am 911. We are one big family all across the world. 911 is the best. Yes, I agree. Thank you. I agree. Mike says, we never crossed paths last week, unfortunately. For we didn't. No, we didn't. Much love from Ohio. See you sometime soon. Yes, sir. I hope to see you soon as well. Damn, you guys had a big group as well. You know, I didn't see Jana either. Like, there's a lot of people that were there that I didn't get to see. And I was in the vendor hall the majority of the time, walking around and stuff. Damn. All right, dude. Well, I hope to see you as well. People were telling me, like, you need to come back to the Ohio conference. And I'm looking forward to potentially going back. That'd be good. Kentucky as well. Angie says, we see you, Ricardo. You have been there for so many, and we got you. I thank you so, so very much. And Noah Bowler says, I got to get to the ranch one day. Yeah, dude. Joy says, us Ninja Ohio people. Yeah, dude. I saw you like once, right? Once, twice. And then it was just like Joyce vanished, like Ninja vanished, and you were gone, dude. You were gone. Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened. But yeah, there was a lot of different people around everywhere. And I just left that conference re-energized, man. Just feeling awesome. And it was good. It was really good. You know, going into the conference, of course, you know, we all had a moment of the 1 year anniversary of our very good friend Nicole, who passed away last year. And her memory remains, always will. And I miss the fuck out of you, dude. I wish you could see everything that everyone has said, has been experiencing with your loss, but especially your powerful story that will just continue on. You might not be here with us physically, obviously, but you are here in every other way that we could think of. I miss you, but I know you're here. So I wanted to play a few. Joy says she was everywhere last week. Yes, she was. And Justin, what you and I were talking about, Joyce, it wasn't face to face. I just mean like in a message. She was definitely everywhere last week. So thank you for sharing that with me. So there was a lot of stuff as well that was going on this past week. And I wanted to share some stories from some of the Imagine Listening sessions from last week, but I want to run through them and add, a filter to bring the audio up a little bit because some of the way the audio was going in there and the way everything was set up, my extra microphones that I had, it's always hard to be like, here's a microphone, talk into this. Oh, by the way, can you hold this one as well? I'm not about to do that. That is no, not going to do that. So I had my extra microphone kind of sitting close to the speaker where everything was coming out. So I need to run through that first to see what I need to clean up, if anything, and then I'll probably play some stories next week, especially the open mic part because this is open mic. And there were some stories that I thought my mom is in here, but she loved it. They, her and my sisters loved it, the whole thing, and it was it was awesome at the end when we were leaving. The three of them just looked at me and they were just, it was so good. You did so good, and I almost lost my shit just in their arms as we were holding, and, we talked about it for a little while, about the session and just how everything went, and, mom, you can probably put in the comments, as well what you thought, but, it was it was awesome to have that moment with them, but especially with all of you, being there as well, and knowing that they were in there. Um, so I'll be sharing some of those stories as the days rather, end up progressing, and I have everything put together. So a couple of the last things that I want to mention here as we're going into the wrap up. It's 57 minutes in. There's no way. It doesn't feel like I've been here talking with all of you that long. What? Yeah. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. So um so one of the things that I that I I can't believe I'm gonna show this. I mean, it's already out there. So but it's hilarious, dude. Hilarious. And I'm glad that I got the chance to do this. And oh, hold on a minute. Over here on Instagram, Latinas of 911, Josie, what up, girl? She says, I was fortunate to see you. And yeah, it was a huge space to cover. And I'm so glad that I got to see you as well. It was a lot of fun. Um, all right, hold on a minute. I need to, let's see, APCO 2024. All right, I'll just do that. So I can add these over here and then share them on the screen because I have a different folder here for some of this stuff. This is so I hope you all get a kick out of this because this was this was fun for me to do and also funny. But I will say this, especially if you're still in here right now, uh my homie Erica out of Michigan, I was talking to her on the phone, 'cause she was at the conference too, and she was there when my good friends Kelly and Libby from Eaton County out of Michigan ended up coming up to talk to me. And so later on, Erica was talking with me and she's like, "Dude, you need to do something funny with this." And I was like, "No, I am not. I'm not gonna do this or that. I'm not gonna do it because it's already gonna be like something as it is. Like, I don't know, I'm not going to. I'm embarrassed or whatever." But I did do it. So thank you, Erica. Thank you for the confidence boost. So here's the thing. Here we go. Last year, um, my friend Kelly, she got director of the year. And they end up having these huge poster boards, okay? Enormous poster boards with their face on it, their name, and that they're the recipient. Oh, wait, Erica says, I never would have let you live it down if you didn't. I know you wouldn't have. So I thank you though, because that it was a lot of fun to do it. It was super fun to do it. So thank you. Thank you very, very much. Yeet. Thank you. So um I end up making my first stop, okay, in Georgia as I'm on my way back. Or hold on, I have to start this out. I didn't finish my thought before. I'm already wanting to jump into it like it's Christmas morning and I want to open up presents. So um Kelly, that what they ended up doing last year was they got a hold of maintenance because what they do with these poster boards, they just throw them away. You know, it's just there for the display and then they throw them away. So Kelly and her crew that were there, like they ended up getting a hold of maintenance and they got it and they brought it back with them. Okay. This was in Nashville, so I'm assuming they drove. So this year, Libby ended up getting I think it was trainer of the year. It was something of the year. I apologize. I don't remember which one it is, but she was a recipient of this award, which is awesome. Congratulations, Libby. Um and one of my friends out of another friend out of Michigan, Leah, she got a hold of me. She sent me a message and she goes, "Hey, Kelly's looking for you. So I think she needs help." Oh, oh, supervisor of the year. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Um, it might have to do with Flat Kelly. See, that's what they called the poster board, Flat Kelly, which I thought was hilarious. But so she goes, she might need you to help her with Flat Kelly, and I thought she brought Flat Kelly to the conference here in Florida. So then I end up talking with them. We all end up like meeting up, and they were telling me that they needed to go search for maintenance so that they could get Flat Libby. They needed to get Flat Libby, and they were wondering if I would be willing to take it back, bring it back for them because I drove. And I said, "Yeah, of course. You know, that'll also I'll be able to go and visit you guys, and because they just remodeled their dispatch center too, which I'm excited to see, and I'll be able to see not only that but them, and you know maybe have lunch or something. But I'll bring back Flat Libby." So when they brought it to me, it's all wrapped up all nicely, and I said, you know, I jokingly said, "Maybe I'll stop places and take pictures with it." And I had mentioned Buc-ee's, and Libby goes, "Well, 3D Libby has never been to one, but it sounds like Flat Libby might." Oh, Kelly is over here on Instagram right now. Yeah. Okay, so you're watching right. Okay, good. So here it is. Here's picture number 1. So when I got to Buc-ee's, I heard Erica's voice in my head, and I was also thinking, she's never gonna let me live that down if I don't do something like this. And so I I stopped at Buc-ee's. This was Buc-ee's in Georgia. Just getting like the first Buc-ee's getting into Georgia. I stopped there for gas and I get out and I pull and this is not a small thing. As you can see here, I mean it looks like it's small, but it's not. It's pretty big and you'll see the last picture that I have. Oh, Kelly over here on Instagram says, "I love every minute of your adventures together." Dude, it was so funny because I pulled this freaking thing out and I put it there and I wanted to get the Buc-ee's logo in the background, which I did. Um, I wish I would have been close enough to get the even bigger one, or each Buc-ee's has a little Bucky statue and its little arms are out. I wanted to put it on the arms and take the picture, but then I thought, no, they're gonna kick me out. So I didn't want to do that. Um, And Kelly says, "Just the two of us. We can make it if we try." Oh, what is it? Just the two of us, you and I. S so, I get this thing out, and already people are looking at me like wondering what the hell this dumbass is doing. I set it down, I take the picture at the angle, and I'm just busting up laughing as people are watching me and cars are passing by, and I put it back in the car. I had sent this to Kelly, and she goes, "I love that you did this, and I hope that, people are looking at you like you're crazy," and I was like, "Yeah, they are." Like, "Don't worry, they are." And so when, right after I took the picture and I put it back, people are still looking at me and I'm busting up laughing. So here I am. This is me busting up laughing. Like that's how hard I was laughing. My face was beat red. And it was hilarious, man. It was it was so funny. So um I end up doing that, and, let's see, where's the other one here? Okay, here it is. So then in pretty much, like, the northern part of Georgia, there are a few Whataburgers, and I stopped at a Whataburger, and bam, Flat Libby also got a chance to go to Whataburger. What the fuck? So this was another time that so here's the funny thing. My good friend Emily, who works at Cobb County in Georgia, I asked her to get me the address for Whataburger that was closest to her because there's two of them. There's one that I've always gone to, and then there was this other one. This is the other one. Because the one that I was trying to get to has a huge Whataburger sign outside right by the parking lot. This one doesn't, because it's more like on the corner part of where this mall is and everything. But the other one, excuse me, what I had planned to do, wow, excuse me, I was going to get it and I was going to put it right underneath that big Whataburger sign. But this was the best I could do with the location that I had and the amount of people who were watching me do this. Let's see. Kelly says we are providing entertainment nationwide. Real Libby hasn't been there either. Flat Libby is living her best life. Oh, that makes that even more funny, dude. I'm gonna be sharing this on Instagram and everything too. I might even create a reel with these pictures and play. Is it called Holiday Roll? Or no, not Holiday Roll. Holiday Road is what I meant. The basically the theme song to National Lampoon's Vacation. Holiday Road. Oh, that's what I'm gonna try to do that. Put that together. That'll be hilarious. So that was Flat Libby at Whataburger. And then okay, so check this shit out, okay? This will also show you how big this thing is, all right? So I um when I got home, okay, it was probably about 4:30 in the morning. I drove straight through, man, and I slept for maybe 3.5, 4 hours, came downstairs, said hello to the kids and everything. And then I had my oldest daughter, Lola, take a picture. Here it is. Flat Livy made it to Indiana. So when I pulled it out and held this up over my head, and I told my daughter Lola, I want you to take a picture of this. My son Logan and my youngest daughter, Olivia, they're all three are standing outside, and all three of them are like, what the? They're like, what is that? They're like, "What is that all about?" So I had to explain to them, and, oh, look, Libby is in the comments over here on Facebook. Libby says, "Flat Libby is a better traveler than 3D Libby." Oh my god, this is hilarious, man. Whew. So, I had to explain to them everything that I already explained to you guys, and I showed them the pictures, and they're like, "Dad, you're crazy, but this is great. This is so much fun." And, so Kelly says, "This is Flat Libby. She will be staying with us for a few days." Oh, man. I was making breakfast on my Blackstone earlier today. I should have set the picture next to it, like, she's cooking breakfast too with us as we're about to have BLTs. Libby says, "Your dad is a hero, kids." Oh, man. Oh, I'm, like, crying from that. That is hilarious, dude. That is hilarious. So what's awesome is that this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be traveling over and dropping off Flat Libby to 3D Libby and 3D Kelly, who also has a Flat Kelly. We're gonna have to take a picture with the 4 of you, 3D and Flat. Just yeah, we're gonna have to do that. That'll be hilarious. We'll have to do that. But I'll be seeing them, this coming Wednesday and stuff, when I go and drop it off. Libby says, "You are much appreciated, sir, for many reasons." Well, thank you. And thank you for, oh, she says, "We should all do lunch." Yes, yes, we should. We should take a picture as well. Can you imagine the people at the restaurant that would be, "Oh my god, are they high? Like, what are they doing?" Oh, man. Yeah, so that was my journey back. So again, thank you, Erica, for that conversation because it might not have happened, but she kind of put a boot in my ass to do it because, yeah, she would not have let me, live it down. And Kelly says, yes, we should. Hopefully they call 911 on us." That would be even more hilarious. Oh my god. Oh, Erica says, "I'm proud of you." Oh, thank you. Oh, damn. That yeah. That was my drive back. So, whew. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. And I look forward to going out there and meeting up with everybody on Wednesday. So, going into the wrap up of this, first of all, thank you all for everything, for being here and such. I do want to make an announcement really quick. There's actually, I have a list of things that are going to be going out all on a cool little graphic. And part of that announcement is really where I'm going to be starting the beginning of September through like the middle of November. A lot of different training sessions, a lot of different conferences. And one of the things that I just found out about that I'm super excited for is I am getting another chance because of bad weather last year. I have been selected to come back to Mexico Nina in Cancun as their opening keynote speaker. Yes, I am super excited for that. That is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get out there. It is going to be really cool. Um, but yeah, that's just one of the places that I'm going to be at. That one is going to be in October, but I'm going to be out in Texas. I'm going to be out in Maine. I am going to be out in North Carolina for pretty much a month. Not a whole month, but like flying out there, for that amount of time, and just a lot of different places. So look out for that. That's going to be coming out everywhere I'm going to be again from the beginning of September through basically mid-November. If you want to be a speaker for Dare to Be Great 6, the final Dare to Be Great 6 Digital Frontier. I don't know why I put that in there. That just makes it sound like a movie. But it's the last one. So if you want to be a speaker, please go out there. I will be sharing a graphic tomorrow with that link again. And well, wait, Libby says, wow, you're a celebrity, 7-year-old Henry. That's right. That is right. Exactly. Yes. From the podcast to Supervisor of the Year to the Adventures of Flat Libby. Gotta love it, man. Yes, you are everywhere. Plus, you guys are all awesome out there. So I can't wait to see you guys. Just everything that I've said today, going into what you may or may, if you were out there at the conference, or even if you haven't been out, you weren't out there, just the things that you do in this profession. Just remember how damn important you are. Okay? Not a lot of people can do what you do. And I hope wherever you are, whether it's coming home from the shift, whether you're at a shift right now, or getting ready to go in, or you were at the conference, or you've gone to different classes, whichever, I hope that you know how important you are and that you can lift your head up high because of what you do in this profession. And I know that I've said this many times, but I will continue to say it. One voice can make a difference. One voice can change the world. I'm not just talking about me. In fact, I'm not talking about me at all. I'm talking about all of you who are watching and listening. All of you who are within the trenches of 911, day in and day out, doing all of this. Whether you're on the front line, or your supervisor, CTO, or an admin, you matter. What you do matters. And one voice, your voice, can change the world. And even if you don't feel like it can, just remember that your voice can change your caller's world. That's how much power you have in just your voice. So hold your head up high and be proud. Thank you for everything that you do. And thank you for your support and your trust in me to share your stories. And so that I've been able to do this for over 10 years now. You guys are my why, man. And I wouldn't change anything. I love what I do. Every lesson that I've learned, every hard thing that has happened, it has all been worth it. Thank you for what you guys do. Damn, this was so much fun being here with all of you. Where are your numbers at now? I hope your numbers have gone up and are above where they were to begin with. I'm way above a 10. Libby says, you're a celebrity. We appreciate you. Thank you for all you continue to do for our profession. Thank you. I see myself as just like a 911 nerd, man. I have a passion, and this has been my mission for over a decade. So thank you for that. I don't see myself that way. I'm just like, oh, thanks. But I appreciate you, and I thank you for that. I love what I do. I really do. I love it. I wouldn't change anything. I might try to get a little more sleep, but it's not going to happen. Oh, man. All right. Anyway, Libby and Kelly, I am looking forward to seeing you here in a few days. And just everybody, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, a leader next gen core services. Shout out to subscribers of the podcast. And if you ever want to be a guest on the flagship show Within the Trenches podcast, if you're new to dispatch, seasoned, or retired, I would love to share your story. you can simply go to links.co/WTT podcast, and that's links with 2 eyes.co/WTT podcast, and you'll find everything there. Latest episode, all of my social media, email, where to pre-order book number 2, and stay tuned for the redesigned Ricardo's version of book number 1. That link will be up there soon, but as of right now, it's for book number 2, baby. Book number 2 is there and ready to go, and oh, I am so excited because it launches September 5th, 2024, and that is my eldest son's birthday, my son Richie. So it makes it extra special. So make sure to look out for that. Over here on Instagram, Kelly says, "Thank you for inspiring all of us." Thank you, man. Like I said, it's all about you guys and giving back, and you guys are my why. So thank you for all of it. You can also find where you can get over like 240 hours worth of free continuing education for dispatch there on that link. You'll be able to find that there. If you want to become a subscriber of the podcast, you can go there as well. And then as well as podcast and dispatch merchandise. Make sure to check that out. And everything is there. Again, links with 2 eyes.co/WTT podcast. And let me look here. Also, if you just want the straight up email, it's wttpodcast@gmail.com. This can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, X, as well as Instagram. And then to listen 24/7 to the flagship show, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone, and I will see you all in the next one.